In the last video, we talked about React component's private internal state, how to read and write to that state, where to place the state in a UI tree, how to share the state, and how to give children components access to modify the state through callbacks. In this section, we're going to see how to work with user input. We'll first talk about React's event system, see how to access DOM nodes directly with React ref attributes first, and then learn the much better way of reading user input through controlled components to make React aware of the UI input change. Let's start with React's event system. We'll talk about the event argument available every time we work with a browser event and how that argument is a wrapper around the browser's native event. Every time we use a browser event, like what we did here on click, React wraps this event in a synthetic event. Let's take a look at that. The last argument for every event, in this case we have reset timer function, which invokes reset timer. So reset timer receives argument, the last of which is the event object that React control. So I'm gonna put a debugger line in here to take a look at that. Refresh and click here to pause in debugger. Now that we're in debugger, let's take a look at this event. This event is a proxy mouse event object. It's a synthetic mouse event. It's not exactly the native click event that we're used to. However, we can access the native click event using event.native event. This is the browser event that we're familiar with. All the methods available on the browser's native event are also available on this wrapper as well. Stop propagation, for example, prevent default, if we want prevent default. By the way, in React events, we can't actually return false like normal. If we want to stop propagation or prevent defaults, we have to specify the thing that we want. So event.prevent default here if we want to prevent the default operation. You can see a list of all supported events if you go to the React documentation and scroll to the event system under references. You'll see the article about synthetic events and you'll see all the supported events. There's all sorts of events here, like clipboard events, keyboard events, focus events, and a lot more. So just like on click here, which I can see under mouse events here, we can use events like on drag or on mouse out or on change in a form event. All these events have the same interface and they all use a synthetic event wrapper. This synthetic event wrapper will make sure that the event works correctly across all browsers. So we don't have to worry about how different browsers implement certain events in different ways because React is going to standardize the way those events are being called.